I really like the original Star Wars trilogy. I wouldn't say that there are perfect movies. To be honest, they're really cheesy. Some parts of the movies feel almost like a fairy tale for children, but I always liked how they made me feel. They made me dream, and I felt happy and cozy when I watched them. Something about these iconic characters, their adventure, and the whole universe around them is so compelling and interesting. No wonder fans all around the world were creating comics, whole TV shows exploring different Star Wars adventures. People wanted more Star Wars, and so, after a while, the creator gave us the prequels. And sadly, most people didn't like the prequel trilogy at all, because not only are they super bad, they are also very, very boring. And I think that's even worse. Like, bad movies can still be entertaining and fun, but if the movie is boring, it literally feels like it's sucking the life out of your eyes. So, time passed, people try to forget about them, and about 15 years later, a new director gave us part 1 of a Star Wars sequel, The Force Awakens. And this movie blew me away. I think I watched it 3 times in the theater, and I never did that with any movie before. It was such a fun movie, everything was so well paced, the action was impressive and pleasing to look at. The plot felt rehashed, but I didn't mind that at all since I loved the new characters so much. And they put enough new elements in the story to keep me invested. Just the whole plotline about Luke missing was so genius. So genius. And the ending was the best cliffhanger I ever saw in a movie or any story. I was not frustrated at all. I was genuinely happy and I could not wait to see what happens next. I was a whole new Star Wars fan all over again. I was hopeful that Star Wars would be special and amazing again and that we can forget those horrible prequels, but then I saw Rogue One. You know, one of the spin-offs. It was such a meh, such a forgettable movie. The plot was simple and to the point, but the execution was so predictable, unimaginative. I mean, the action, the set design, the CGI, of course, those things looked all stunning, but the most important part, which is the characters, they were so underdeveloped. I didn't care at all for these people, and therefore I didn't care about their mission. It was such a dull movie. I was quite disappointed when the movie ended. And I know there were some cool scenes in the movie, like when Darth Vader appeared and fought like a badass, like those moves were so cool, or the Death Star weakness revelation, or the ending with CGI Leia. But those were just little parts of the film where it didn't suck, and that doesn't make the movie overall better. So since it was just a spin-off prequel kind of a movie, I didn't really care that much about it. I was much more excited for part 2 of the sequel. So then after a year, I finally got to see The Last Jedi. And boy, oh boy, was I furious. I kid you not, this movie was so forgettable that I actually can't remember the plot right now. Like, I don't know what exactly Rey and Finn or Poe even do in this movie. It feels like I'm trying to remember a bad dream. And it doesn't feel like a smart continuation of The Force Awakens. Like, if you really think about it, it doesn't make any sense at all. They set up so many different things in the first movie, but they don't continue them. Or they don't really give us any answer to any of it. So I don't know if it really was a good idea to go along with another director for the second movie, because in The Force Awakens I loved all the new characters, but in The Last Jedi I completely lost all interest in them. So J.J. Abrams, who directed The Force Awakens, he's really good at setting up things, setting up new characters, like for example the first Star Trek movie he did in 2009. That movie made me search up the original Star Trek show to watch it just because I like the characters so much. Like, I was not familiar at all with Star Trek until I watched J.J. Abrams' new rendition, and I became a new fan of the whole Star Trek world. So yeah, he's really good at setting up interesting characters, plot lines, and just keeping you invested in the story, you know? And it kind of feels like that the new director, Rian Johnson, shit all over J.J. Abrams' creation. Everything was so fucking stupid in The Last Jedi. The relationship between Luke and Rey was none. There was none. They had no chemistry whatsoever. The weird kind of sexual tension between Rey and Kylo was so out of place and just felt weird. And the Asian chick, the possible love interest for Finn, she was so unnecessary. I was low-key annoyed by that character. She just didn't fit at all. She didn't fit the story at all. I personally feel that it would have been so much more interesting if Poe was actually Finn's love interest. But yeah. And another thing, I was really interested in Snoke. I wanted to know more about him. Who is he? What is his backstory? Why does he look like that? Is he really a giant? I wanted to see an epic fight between Snoke and Rey or Kylo or even Luke. But I got none of that. They just killed him off right away like he's nothing. And all the jokes fell completely flat, and there are like 20 other things that annoyed me about this movie, but I don't really want to elaborate on them because it just fucking pissed me off so much. It was overall just so boring, especially the third act. I was actually getting super impatient. I anticipated the ending about 6 times. Like I wanted the movie to finally end so I can get up and leave. Isn't that tragic? A Star Wars movie should not make me feel this way. The Last Jedi ruined Star Wars for me. I'm still gonna watch the next one and probably the new Han Solo movie too, mainly because Donald Glover is playing Lando. And if they ever do an Obi-Wan movie, I'll probably watch it too because Ewan McGregor is awesome, but yeah, I hate that. I hate that even if they make a bad movie, I'm still gonna watch the next ones. Why? Because I'm still hopeful, but they keep fucking us, the loyal fans. Yeah, anyway, what did you guys think of the newest Star Wars movies? Let me know in the comments below.
Trying not to, kid. What do you think? Do you think a princess and a guy like me?
No.
Being held by you.
You don't even know. Put that down.